Hello guys, we are going to learn create REST APIs by using nestjs in 10 minutes. So first of all, wherever you want to create the project, go to that folder. So I want to create it inside the backend. So I am in the backend folder. Now first at the first point you need to install the CLI that you can do by npm install -j at the rate uh, nestjs/cli. You can do it very easily by running out this command. After that, you need to write your project name. So I am going to write next new and my project name, and all, like, I need to cd that directory after that and create a resource with the same name. So my project name is watch later, later. So watch later, and for that I will create this folder, create this project first. For that I will, nest new and the project name is watch later. I will press just enter. So it will ask you want to have a npm package or yarn package. So I, for this project, I am going to use yarn instead of npm. So I will press yarn and enter. If you see, in the newer version, you will find npm is also performing equal to yarn. uh, but, older version of npm are slower as compared to yarn, because yarn first resolve all the dependencies and then start download all the packages and then install them one by one. And in the newer version of npm, we are doing the same thing, so as a end result. So that also works as fast as yarn. So now we are waiting for this. Till that time, let us create a file where we will have our request. So there is a visual studio client you can also use for your projects. So by using that client, you can easily uh, make the testing of your REST APIs. There is no need to go to the postman or go to the your other web-based CLI. uh, so here, by using the visual studio only, you can test out your APIs. So for that, I'm going to copy this file, just copying it, and let us create it for the time being. Let us paste inside the same folder. Paste. Now this file is there. Let us rename it from here only, because as yarn install is happening, so I will call it as the same as the project name, watch later, and press enter. So wherever watch history is there, we need to have watch later. Rest of the thing will be same. Let's do a D. Let us change it as watch later. Now our this file is also ready. Now let us save it. We will move this file to our watch later folder, which is here. So because all the so let us cut it. Let us paste it inside this. Now this file is also there inside the watch later, and we have moved it from our watch history. So let us wait for a while. So it have created the code for us, and it's it is installing the various module now. So that will happen. After that, we can move to our next steps, which are present inside this file. We will cd this directory, then we will generate the resource. So resource is the endpoint which you want to have. For example, here our resource is like ott slash watch later. So this is our resource. If you have a single resource, you can also use app module, but that don't give you a cleaner code. So I suggest and recommend to have a separate folder for it, and you can have some default things inside that default generated controllers. It's taking time, yarn install. Maybe it's happening first time, that's why it's taking some time. Let us change it for localhost now. Okay, now it's done. So let us cd the directory. For that, let us go to our readme file. Let us do a cd of directory. Cd. Now let us add this resource watch later. So which kind of APIs you want to have? So I want to have REST API. So I will select REST API. You want to CURD? Yes, I want CURDs. So all the file are being generated for me by the CLI. Here I can see there is a folder is being created with the name watch later, and there are various files like services, components, and everything is there. Component file we will have our all the routes, and now in the DOA we need to add our uh, create and update DOA. For that, like instead of writing it from the scratch, I will go to our watch history because the schema is similar to that one. So I will go to the watch history, we'll go to the DOA, create, and inside it will be the same. So I will copy it and go inside the create, press a enter, save. Now the next thing is our uh, update DOA. I will copy it from there, put it inside the update also. It's there. Cool. Now after that, these DOs are set up. So we need to let us go to our readme help file. Now we need to add mongoose. So let us install the mongoose and let us install mongoose, the module for nestjs also for MongoDB. So we have installed it. Now let us go, let us create this folder because like as we see DTO entity and like controller should be inside one folder. Let us create a new folder, create the name as controller, and let us move this controller file to that folder. Move, yes, change. So then let us create another folder. Let us name it as where our services will be there. So let us name it as services or service, and let us put our service file there. Move. Now services will be inside the services, but we will find some errors. For that, just change the path as service. So inside the service we will have this file. Okay, file. Cool. So now we need to create a schema. For schema I am using this schema object only, just copying this folder. Right, we will go inside this folder, just pasting it, paste. Okay, now we have pasted the schema. So here we need to rename it as, first rename it as watch later. Now the schema is there, but here also instead of history we need later. Let us mask select it and let us say it as later. Now this is shorted. So where we will use it, we will use it inside the service. So here we will put the code because here right now default service code is there and it's also showing error because this DTO is inside the parent folder. So let us put, okay, let us update our service also. For updating this service we can go to the older service code and let us copy these three things first because these are the dependencies. Let's copy it and let us put it inside. Let us, so services, yeah. Oh, this is our older services. We need to put it inside this. Let's press two backspaces and this is there. Now it's, we need to change history to the later. So here capital is there, here small is there. Let us put the capital first and let us change it to smaller one. Okay, cool. Now we need to inject it inside by our constructor. For that we will go to our service code and see how it is has been done. Copy it or let us copy the full code. Let us copy it. Let us copy this. We have copied the entire code, and let's go to the service. Let us replace it. Now some names we need to change, at least like this history to later. Okay, all error fixed. So now our service is also ready. Now schema is also ready. Now we need to go to the controller where we will define our routes. Here it's one folder above, one folder above. Now this service is one folder above slash service slash slash this file. Okay, cool. Imports are done. Let us go to our previous controller and let us pick the code from there. Here it is there. Okay, cool. So here let us copy this entire code and we will change few of the things. Let us copy it, or let us copy entire. Okay, let us put inside this controller. So now here where history is there, we need to put this at later right here. Let us put it there. Now all the errors should go away and it should feel little happy, but put is not happy because we have put. Wow, put is missing. So let us remove the patch and put the put. Okay, now it look happy. Okay, it looked like our code is done. Let us test it out. So to test it out, we can run like from our favorite cheat sheet readme file. Let us run the project. Now it's giving us some errors. Let us fix these errors. It is saying cannot find this dot later inside the file modules. Okay, so we need to go to the modules. So it is failing to fail this load this service. For loading this service, we need to go to services, then dash this service file. Okay, this controller is failing to load. Let us do it as slash controller. Yeah, now it's fine, but we also need to inject some of the things. Yeah, that's why it's giving some errors. For that we can go to our previously coded controller. Let us go there. We need to inject this thing, so we also need these two things. Let us copy it. Let us go to our watch later. Let us import it, and let us copy this line also. Okay, now let us change this history to later. Okay, so inside our app module, we also need to import some of the things. For that, we can go to our previous code. For now, modules. Let us. This is extra. I'm just removing it from here because this is extra. So let us copy these two things, and we can. I believe we can copy the entire thing. It will not affect anything. Let us go to this modules. No, app modules. Why it is looking a little different? Now I know. So we need to remove this. Now we need to go as later. So there is a bug inside the previous code as well as inside this code also. So here we need to pass the DB name. Either it is coming, but for here also for the default DB we should have a proper name. So usually convention is like, whatever project name you are having, you have a DB name same like what later. Now it is looking happy and it is saying that these routes are being registered slash OTT and all these route. So let us go to our HTTP file and let us test it. So let us make a get call first. Send. It is saying okay. Let us do a post call. It is saying okay, created successfully. Then let us do a get call. It is giving us the successfully right result. And let us do a put call. Now it is saying status it have passed, but let us do a get again. So it is working fine. Awesome. Now our watch later module is ready. So let us deploy it by using Jenkins. For that we have created two files. Let us move. Let us copy it from the watch history only. So here this is the Docker file and the Jenkins file. I will not go inside the details. Just will tell you which are the changes needed to be made to deploy it. Okay. So let us close this. Let us shut it. Okay, cool. So now let us do the changes inside our Jenkins file. Here we just need to change the name from history to header. Just this change, nothing from here. Now you need to first do the git remove because it, so for that I can see because when it is creating it already have a git folder. So we need to remove that folder. For that we can do rm minus rf, then the folder name. Now we can do git add current folder and we can push the code. uh, watch it is pushing up these files for now. For that time being we can go to our Jenkins dashboard and we can create a new item. Let us name it as OTT. Let us say it as MOTT dash watch data. Okay. So now let us copy it from the MOTT watch later. So it will copy the configuration of watch later, watch history, sorry. And here inside here we need to change the location. So let us put it as watch later. Let us save it. So it will start building for all the projects. Let us see. Okay. So it is it. So we need to cancel other builds for non-production versions. So just canceling it out. Cancel staging one. Cancel master one. Cancel QA one. Because right now we have pushed our code on the dev environment only. So our code is pushed successfully. Cool. It is saying build failed. Let's see why. Some file is not found, things like that. Let us build it again. Build option is not coming. Let us do one thing. Let us click on this scan multi branch. It has started. That build is processing. And this chunking is taking a lot of time. Let's change the TV name also from Montibles. Yeah, it should be. Let's see our checking. Yeah, it's doing NPMI. Let us see containers. Let us do the watch search only. It's taking time. Yeah, this is being deployed. Let us test it from local. We can go to our HTTP file. So this is watch history and this is watch later. Okay, cool. So let us change this domain name. Let us comment it and put the domain name as this. Now let us do a normal get. So it is saying 200. Okay, let us do a post. It is posting it and then get it is getting it right. Then let us do a status update. Now this status will be -1. Okay, it's fine, working fine. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching.